She was very encouraging, very inspiring, and she actually motivated me. I appreciate the fact that she was so authentic and very personable, and it really made me feel like I relate to her story. What I aspire to be? Just the best version of myself.
You are listening to Unleash the Podcast, revolutionizing the way women grow, work, live, and lead. Engaging interviews, insightful book reviews, and timeless gems to aid the modern woman in excelling personally and professionally. Hosted by the multi-passionate Tabitha D. James, Unleash the Podcast not only empowers listeners, but also equips them with applicable action-based resources for daily life. Hey friends, and welcome to another Unleash Free Play. Super duper excited. It's so interesting that the last three guests, well, the last two plus this one, were from the same area. Like they're from around the same place in South Carolina. And so that's very interesting. But without further ado, please get into this replay with my girl, Chantel. Chantel and I worked together previously. Then we bumped into each other at an event and we just became like real life friends. And she allowed me to get all up in her business during this chat. So you all enjoy, and remember to shop today to talk about her business. How did we even get here? Like how did this happen? What are the hot products? She has some things on the background, okay? Like she wants y'all to know how to get to the stuff. Okay, so this is how you get to the stuff. It's like right there for you. And then maybe like some advice. Like what would she tell herself a year ago, 6 months ago? Would you even do this if you could go back and talk to yourself? So let's just jump straight into it. Who you is, who you are, what you do, all that good stuff. You know, give us the deets.
Okay, well, my name is Chantel Williams. Everyone calls me Shanny. I am the proud business owner of Designs for Shanny. It is a custom apparel e-store, and I also sell DIY products as well.
So what are like DIY products? What are some of those?
So I do custom wreaths, as well as glassware. I am. Thanks for the plug.
The plug.
And I do mugware, so glassware, mugware. I am going to eventually weed off of that, so that's why I emphasize the custom apparel.
Okay, so what led to like that weaving off? How'd you get to doing it, and then how do you get to not wanting to do it? How did that happen?
Well, honestly, I started off with like the custom wreaths and custom centerpieces just by watching my grandmother always work with her hands and make projects like that. But since we added the custom apparel and that kind of took off much farther than we expected, I did realize I had to like focus on a specific product. And there are other entrepreneurs out here that do just wreaths. So I don't want to like take away from that and just basically focus on one product.
Love that. Is that like less stressful? Is that like more your like thing? What is the like one focused mindset? Like where did that come from?
That actually came a few weeks ago. Mainly because I had an order for a wreath, and I do love doing wreaths, but like as a pastime, because t-shirts are very time consuming, especially like if I have a group order, if I'm making a deadline for myself, like for example the Juneteenth, I was pushing out a lot of Juneteenth t-shirts like that, and then I had a wreath order in the middle of it, and it was kind of like, but I like to take my time on the wreaths and like actually enjoy doing it. So that's why I kind of want to take stuff like that and the glassware off of the menu.
Off the menu, gotta go.
And just focus on t-shirts.
Okay, dope. I like that. I like having I need to find a focus because anyways, we're not talking about me, we're talking about you and these products. And so with your custom tees, I see on the background, you know, you have some of the most popular ones. I won this, y'all. It's not all in the camera, but it says shift your mindset, sis. And the first time I saw it, I was like, that's it. That's it right there. That's it. That's for me. Because I realized how important mindset shifting is for anything you want to like achieve. Like you have to first believe it like in your mind. So what types of mindset shifts? I ain't saying this question on the spot. What type of mindset shifts did you have to go through as a just creative, as an owner, as someone who wanted to put something out into the atmosphere? What type of mindset shifts did you have to kind of go through to even want to like charge, right? So like, or you want it to be like, no, these are my policies. Like, this is it. Like, what did you have to, how'd you get there? Sorry, friend. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, so I can answer this two ways. For as far as like charging, sometimes you gotta get sick of yourself. Because I honestly know that I'm a very nice person and I can be too nice at times. And I would be making these products, didn't receive no type of funds. Yeah, so or I have t-shirts that are still here that I actually just threw away that probably have been here for about a year or less, because either someone failed to pay or they changed their mind. And that's another thing too that you brought up, shift. So eventually, and I know we talked about this, but I haven't told the world this, but eventually I'm gonna shift from customizable options and just specifically push out my products. And that shift also came with yes, I can customize. I know I can be creative and give you the birthday shirt of your dreams. However, I do know I have had notebooks and notebooks of ideas of stuff that I wanted to push out and just bring it back to the purpose of my business. My grandmother actually inspired the business, and it is named after her, of course. But even since I was a little girl, I could go to my grandmother's house basically as a safe haven for positivity, empowerment, motivation. So most of my teas now with the shift of my business are motivational and positive slogans, if you will. And the t-shirt I have on now, after listening to your live, I was like, oh, that's confirmation. I don't know if you can see it, but it says praying and manifesting, highly recommended, 5 stars. But yes, so mainly most of my teas now will have like a positive message, and my hope is that someone will actually be empowered or just leave with a positive note just by wearing the tee or seeing someone with the tee on.
That part. Yes, I love that. And we have had conversations offline about that. And I'm just like, well, if that's what you want to do, get there. Like just like someone can make a wreath, somebody else can make their birthday shirt of their dreams and they're going to love it just the same. And you're not. So
basically.
It is what it is. So you have some of the items that are hot right now on the background. Talk to us about like bestsellers, how did Juneteenth go, all that good stuff. Talk to us about some of the like hot things this summer, this quarantine summer we got going on here.
So honestly, I definitely am thankful for the quarantine, because like I said, everyone would just be asking for customizing option, which I'm not complaining because it was money. However, like that with the quarantine, it gave me time to actually focus on all the designs that's in my phone and to actually put it out there. And then when I did, the sales took off. And then even with Juneteenth, I put out a couple of designs, and I know I made 30 to 40 Juneteenth teas alone. And that was the weekend of Father's Day too. So it was kind of like, okay, God.
Okay, God, pop out. Yes.
I made like a kind of funny post, last minute post, like, if you believe that you're going to be the late one to the cookout, I do have some teas on hand if you want to. And that day alone, I made like close to 15. So yeah, because I wasn't gonna make any, but then I was like, okay, I'll make some, and I jacked up the price on my website because I mean it was a rush. So yeah, I made close to 15 that day too. So yeah.
Wow. Yay. So come on, pray, come on, manifest, but come on, work, okay? Because you had to have done some work and put yourself out there. I know that I know you did a pop-up shop this past weekend, but I know pre-COVID you were like putting yourself out there and going to events and different things like that. So what are some steps that you took to get Designs per Shanny like out there to, you know, an audience, the audience, your audience, audience, people? How did you get that message out there to humans?
Mainly I started off with Facebook. I think my very first event was hosted by Candace Pringle. She actually owns the South Carolina Buy Black Locally organization. And that was actually my very first leap of faith because I wasn't doing t-shirts and I was just doing like centerpieces or whatever. And she was hosting an event. And I was like, okay. So me and my friend, she does artwork. We was like, okay, it's time to stop being scared. Let's just go. I mean, if we don't make a sale, oh well, it was fun. So we both went and we sat by each other because we were both scared. And I think I only made one sale, and that was actually the sponsor's mother. And she saw my centerpieces, and, you know, I talked to her about how I always watched my grandmother make things with her hands. And she was like, oh, well, I want that centerpiece right there for my church. I was like, okay. So I made it. And then I was like, after that event, it kind of like got all of my nerves out, and it was like, okay, you need to just start stepping out more. And then I just started going to more events in the community, back at home, the Catfish Festival, so things like that.
Okay, dope. So, excuse me, listeners, viewers, homies, and friends joining us on the Book of Faces. Sometimes you just have to go out there and do it. It's nerve-wracking. It's hard. You don't know how to set up your table. You're watching people who are just like, they're just like doing their thing, and it just seems so seamless. They got their stuff packaged all cute, and you're like, okay, maybe I'll take notes for next time. But you have to get out there, even on social media. It's easy to be on social media just as a human doing your thing and being normal. But when you get ready to sell something, it's like, oh snap.
Right.
But in order for people to buy it, you gotta put it out there. So y'all be inspired by, you know, Chantel sharing that, like, she did it scared and took a friend along with her, another scared friend and two scared friends. Just, you know, out here. So if you could give that person, so how long ago was that?
I would say that was 2017, 2018, 2017, yeah.
Okay, so 3 years, three or so years ago. If you could give that person any advice, like any drop of advice, what would it be?
I would say, I guess, like, stay in your own lane. And I say that because back then I had the Cricut machine, and it was mainly to make paper flowers, and I have yet to use my Cricut machine to make paper flowers yet. But because my husband, he was the one that actually like encouraged me to start t-shirts in the first place, and I kind of was looking like, nah, no, because my cousin does them. This guy that I get t-shirts from, I've been a loyal customer. Like, I was just looking at all the cons, and I wasn't looking at what the benefit would be for me. I would also say stay in your lane too, because I was doing a totally different craft, and I was kind of looking at what I should be doing or how I could be doing it, where I should have just focused on how to do it and how to perfect that craft in the first place.
Wow. Don't get caught up in the comparison.
Mm-hmm. And at that very first event, when I look at pictures at my previous event, like my very first events, my table was a hot mess. Okay, I don't even know how Pastor Cleo even stopped to my table. And but when I look back at like those pictures and my pictures now, how I set up my tables, I can definitely see the growth. I know it's
Yes.
all God, all faith, getting over fear, getting out of my comfort zones. So yeah.
Yes. Okay, boom. Thanks for sharing that, because I think for what it's worth, there are people joining on every end of the spectrum. There are some folks in the comments saying that they too feel kind of awkward going out at first. One young lady said that that was a great question because it's an issue that she struggles with getting herself out there. So thank you for sharing that. Allison says she loves her some Shanny. Your products are awesome. Yes, they are. They are. I'm rocking a shirt right now. I have a cup, like, or a mug, whatever this thing's called, that put coffee in it, and it's pink and green. So you listen, you already know. But okay, so let's go up to date. And so 6 months ago, right? So pre-Rona, right? What would you tell that person if you could go tell her anything? Just anything. What would you tell that person?
Focus and stay ready. I would say stay focused and stay ready. One, because I was focusing on the Catfish Festival, for example. That's in my hometown, St. Stephen, and that was like my biggest event last year, and I sold like basically everything. It was a 3-day event.
Oh,
And yeah, and I made the most money that year, and I was looking forward to that, looking forward to another festival that I was going to sell out at. And like when those festivals were canceled due to the corona, I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get this extra money because I have these machines I want to get, some other products I want to get. So definitely focus on what I should have been doing. And then when God kind of slapped me a couple of times, I started focusing on my original design, started putting that out there, and all of a sudden business picked right back up like I was at a festival.
come on, God. And you was at your house.
That part.
You was at your house. Like when you focus in, when you hone in, when you get in your lane and stay in your lane, God blesses abundantly, exceedingly abundantly above all. Like I truly and honestly just like believe that. And that's why I'm really glad that I'm a little more confident in myself about what I say, because I think that some people, especially believers, will get it twisted when I'm like, okay, all that praying is cute, but what you doing? And they're like offended. And I'm like, I'm not saying don't pray. I'm just saying like, God isn't going to make the t-shirt. Like if you pray for a business and he equips you with the mental capacity to build the business, he's done his part. Like now you have to do yours, my friends. And so shout out to you for doing your part and taking that bull by the horn. If anyone has any questions, now would be a great time to ask those before we get ready to close this thing on out. So how can people connect with you? Where is the best place for them to find you online? Give us all the deets. I don't know what holiday is coming up because I don't remember, but I know today is some sort of blackout event, and shop black, buy black. I'm gonna have to cheat because this black business gotta ship something, so I gotta go to the post office. But other than that, shop black, buy black, do black. So how can we do right by you? How can we pour into your business? Where can we find you online?
Well, the easiest thing to purchase is now on my website. So I have my e-store fully online. I'm not taking any requests for Cash Apps or PayPals.
No DM to order?
No. We can discuss details in my DMs, but everything is specifically online now, even the customize me option. So you can put the details in there. So it's designspershanny.com/shop. So I have my awareness t-shirts, motivation and positivity t-shirts, and then also the customize me option. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Um,
All the socials.
all the socials.
Y'all pick one. Y'all pick one. All the socials. Allison said I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that too. Like, I love to slide in people's DMs and order stuff, but I am learning to now follow the rules, right? And now that I know how to halfway make a t-shirt, at this point, somebody can charge me whatever they want, and I understand why. Because it's not easy, first of all. One, it's not easy. Two, it's very time consuming. Yeah. Three, vinyl costs like $1 million. Like,
so I'm gonna give you a vinyl plug when we get off this live.
Okay, please give me a vinyl plug, because you see, I needs that. Like, and I'm not even trying. I ain't trying to take no business. You still go to her for your customs.
Vinyl plug.
Okay, go to her for your customs and all your things. Okay, only thing I'm making is in-house items. If you don't want an in-house item, you don't want nothing from me. I can't make you class reunion tees, none of that. No, it's not. I'm not your girl. Oh my goodness! But I can motivate you to do it if that's what you want to do. We are cutting up, y'all. This is exactly how we used to act, okay? Because I ain't gonna tell you how we met today, because I'm gonna go on a tangent if I tell you how we met. Just know that, God put us in each other's lives for a perfect time and a perfect reason. And I'm super happy that even though that, ended, we still can be homies.
Even if you thought I was the Fizz, but that's
yes, I thought she was a spy. I thought she was a spy, but we're not even going to go there. Shout out to all the creatives who are on here. Some of y'all, I see your name, so I know that you're a creative. Shout out to you, whether it's t-shirts, yard signs, home decor, whatever. Stay the course, because y'all are like some creative beasts. Charge your worth, because somebody's gonna pay it.
Definitely.
Somebody's gonna pay. Have you ever had anyone like try you about your prices? Let's talk about that for a second. We got a few minutes.
So recently, like, I actually put on my customize me options, rush fees, because not always I did that. Like, I guess if I had time, I would say, oh yeah, I can do that for you. So I did have one individual. We're not Facebook friends, so she probably won't see it. So she wanted a t-shirt for her business, and I honestly love making customizable options for brand new business owners. Like, I adore doing that. So she wanted a t-shirt for her business. I was encouraging her or whatever, but she actually lives in Columbia. Okay, that's problem number one, because I live in Moncks Corner. So I was like, okay, that's no problem. I do offer shipping. Okay, cool. So I gave her the information for the link as well as the rush fees, and she was like, okay. She didn't order it until after I went to sleep. It was after 12 midnight. Okay, so I mean, I already purchased the teas because we already talked on the phone about it or whatever. So she ordered it. In the special comments, she said, could we meet like in Orangeburg or Bluffton or whatever the city was. I wasn't going. So I kind of called her as soon as I saw it, and she couldn't answer, so I texted her and I was like, I'm not meeting you anywhere. But I can ship it to you priority express if you really want it by a specific day. That's kind of something we should have talked about, because I would have fit that in my schedule. And like she kind of went off, deleted me off Facebook, and kind of made a snide remark on Facebook about how business owners should keep their word. I keep my word. However, I keep my word that I know that I'm going to keep.
Right.
Yeah, we should talk about. But yeah, it's like certain things like that, or people who want the t-shirts, and then when I tell them the price, they'll be like, well, I don't think it should be that much. Well, I think you should go somewhere else because
That part.
I don't think people understand, like, especially if you want a customizable option. If someone sends me a picture, I have one rule: I'm not going to do the shirt exactly how you sent it. One, because that's somebody else's work, and two, I feel like I should be creative and let it speak to you and let it speak to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so I do have problems with that too. Like, they want it specifically like the picture they sent, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Because I honestly, all the work that I'm putting in with my original designs, if I ever see it on someone else's page, like, I'm going to check them humbly. But I do want to give that same respect to other creatives as well. I don't want to designs.
I respect that. That is well, maybe if I could talk, that is high integrity, because even if it's like similar, it's the fact of like, I'm not going to do something exactly like, someone else. Like, no, I can't, ain't, won't, is not, right? Like, it's not a thing. And people get offended about that, because I think that if you're a consumer, you're not understanding the disrespect that kind of brings.
Right.
So it's like understandable until people get disgruntled.
Yeah.
The price is the price, right? And even like, you helped educate me. So like, y'all, I had one of this book, or I didn't know how small business t-shirt people, like, I didn't know how none of this worked at first. And like, I wanted this design, I wanted a lot of them, and the font is a hot mess. Like, it's really like scrippy. And I was like, ooh, no, I can't pay that much per shirt. But I was like honest about it, like, no, I can't pay that much per shirt. I still went to a Black business, but it was just like a larger t-shirt, like somebody who could produce it in mass production with no problem. And then I contact smaller businesses for different type of customs, because I realized, like, yes, you need to charge me whatever that price is, because it's tedious. It's not. And like, who about to be out here just asking people for discounts? Y'all stop that on this good old blackout day that the day is. Y'all stop. Like, people need to be able to just run their business, and it doesn't run off of all discounts, and it doesn't run off what you think they should charge. So just stop that, my friends. My good friends of the internet, and tell all your friends to do the same thing. Each one learns, and then we teach one. As we learn how to be better consumers, we can teach our friends how to be better consumers. I don't know if anybody on here has ever been a server before, but I teach all my folks who ever eat out with me how to be better guests, because I served for a large part of my life. And so I don't like eating out with people who disrespect people in service roles. Or try to run them for 85 little packets of ketchup and then don't want to give them a tip. Like, we're not about to do that. We're not about to do that. And so, yes, you're going to get some added fees to your rush order, because someone has to stay up late to make that order happen.
Right. Or put you in front of the already paid orders.
That part. That part right there. Like, oh gosh. But we are trying to better educate folks on how to be better customers and how to be better supporters. And when you have a bad experience, talk to the business owner about that. Don't get on the book of faces blasting all Black business owners, all small business owners. Y'all don't blast Walmart and all them all the time when they do things wrong, and they're still multi-billion-dollar corporations. So if, like, let's say you order something from Chantel tonight, right? And you are displeased with your order. I'm pretty sure as a business owner, she would love for you to tell her, like, hey, I wasn't pleased. Can you maybe do this? Can I get this changed? Something. Okay,
right.
something. A little constructive criticism never hurt anybody. But coming sideways and, talking about, the business owner and saying she didn't stay true to a commitment and all this, like, I can't tell you how to be mad friends, but I just would like for you to be Be better, folks. So, Chantel, I just want to thank you for being our first July business spotlight. We will be sharing some deets about your business for the rest of the week. In the comments, you all are the links. I dropped Facebook and I dropped website, and I'm gonna drop Instagram too. And then y'all go find her on all the others because she's literally on all the all the socials. And if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube, she shares some like how-tos, maybe.
Yep. That's gonna be my homework for the rest of this month to update that. But I did have a helpful tip on mesh reefs. So especially since I'm definitely coming off of that, I'll be posting more of the mesh reefs first. So
yeah, y'all, and fall is coming around the corner, like, so if mesh reefs or stuff like that is something you are interested in, or someone that you know is very interested in, that can be one of those lucrative like side hustles that, I mean, everybody doesn't have to have a business, especially crafters, but you can have something seasonal. And if you want to jump on the reef bucket, people gonna be doing all kind of house decor because they home. And just because here in South Carolina we done ran off on the plug and we're out and about, most states are still home. So definitely hop on those how-tos. Go get you a custom tee. Shift your mindset, sis. I would say go get a mug, but she about to stop making those.
Yeah.
No mug, no reef, but go get you a custom t-shirt. Go check out the how-to videos. Shoot a friend request, a follow, hit a like, hit a share, support, uplift, enhance the economic power of our Black dollars. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super duper excited. I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all stayed, so that means y'all enjoyed it because we cut up and laughed. But I hope that it was also very much insightful to each of you. So y'all have an amazing day. Peace out, people of Facebook. So many gems. Wow. Y'all, don't be afraid to change things in your business. Don't be afraid to change things, even when other people don't understand why you're changing or they want you to do certain things. Don't let people bully you in your business. All right. Nonetheless, I will see you all soon. I hope you have your tickets for the Unleashed virtual experience. And until next time,
She was very encouraging.